Hi everyone, my name is William OHanlon. I'm the MAGA candidate for the mayor of Washington Township in Gloucester County. If you're looking at this worldwide, God, we're getting so many views and I think it's going to go viral what's happened. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about my experience and what happened to me. When I decided that I was going to run for mayor of Washington Township, I decided to throw in with the Democratic Party. I decided I wanted to clean the party up from the inside out. And there were a couple of reasons why. I was really always independent. They're forcing me to choose a party when really I didn't want to be a member of either party, but I figured I'd make a choice. And I chose the Democrats. And the reason is Obamacare. I was very sick with heart disease, and Obamacare had saved my life. I ended up having an experimental operation that was successful, and I was able to get all the medical care that I needed because of Obamacare. So, of course, I don't really believe in a lot of other things that the Democrats are doing, but I had a place in my heart for the Democratic Party. Number two, I believe in unions. I believe in a fair day's pay for a hard day's work. I've always believed in that. My mother was the president of the union for Camden County College for the service workers, the maintenance guys, the cafeteria people, and I saw how hard she fought for people's jobs, for their pay, even when the people were wrong. My mom was always in their corner. It made no difference to her. And I saw that. And one of the things was the security guards I'm going back, 15, 20 years, but their pay was almost $30 an hour when my mom was the president of the union. And now I think they start them at $18 an hour. So it's not, you can't support a family on $18 an hour. And it's not like that college isn't making money. Because it is. They're putting up new buildings and expanding, but you can't pay your security force $30 an hour. I mean, come on now. So those were the two biggest reasons. So the process is you go up to the clerk and say, which is Christine Shalella or Barbara Moore, and you say, anyone can do this as a resident in township. And you say, I would like to run for mayor. Can you tell me what I need to do? And by law, they have to tell you the truth. Even if they're Democrats and you're a Republican or an independent, makes no difference. Their job requires them to tell them the truth. If they don't tell the truth, it's a crime. And I think that they have been lying so much, they don't even know when they're committing crimes now. So Christine Shalella said, okay, you need 50 signatures. If you're going to run as a Democrat, they need to be in the Democratic Party. And that's what we did. We grabbed the list, we went out, the petition, and we went out door to door and got 87 signatures. And then we went and turned them in. And this was, what the process was. Now, this would have put me on the ballot going up against Lori Burns, who was the Democratic Party's pick, but maybe not the residents' pick. So I would have been in the primary election. I was way out in front. All the polls showed me way out in front. As a matter of fact, when the polls would ask about, do you support the current mayor, people would say, who is it? They didn't even know who it was. So I was way out in front. That terrified the power in the Democratic Party because I start saying I want to do a forensic accounting of the budget, that I believe that there's corruption and that I want to find out where all this money is going. All right, because there's no reason with the taxes that we pay, some of the highest in the country our taxes are, that there should want for anything. The recent, laying off of people, of school teachers, come on. With all the money that we bring in and all the money that they pay, I believe that there's corruption. I'll expose that corruption through a forensic accounting. We'll use an independent firm and find out where all this money is going. So anyway, turn the signatures in, and my own party that I was registered with went against me, and that was Chris Milam. He was the chairperson for the Democratic Party, and they challenged my petition. They said I didn't live there. They said that that my signatures were bogus. They did those two things. Chris Milam then called it over to the Board of Elections. Well, who runs the Board of Elections? Michael Milam, his father. And they removed me from the voter rolls. I didn't know this. It's not like they send you a notice. I didn't realize I was removed from the voter rolls. So when they challenged my petition, we went before Judge Telsey. And Judge Telsey said, why didn't you do it sooner, and this and that? The ballots were already printed. And what we told them was this. The township attorney for Washington Township had, Robert Wright Jr., had called my attorney and said, hey, can I talk to Bill? I'm a friend of his from the past. None of that was true. He was trying to get my phone number. So he does. My attorney calls me and says, this guy called. He says, he's a friend of yours from the past. And I get a lot of that because, now that I'm running, I get a lot of people calling me that I used to know from high school and different things. And they're saying, hey, we're all for you. So I call the phone number. I'm like, Robert, do I know you? And he says, no, I'm the township attorney. And I was like, oh, that's weird. Why did you tell my attorney you were my friend? He's like, oh, I'm sorry about that. I didn't even know. So anyway, he proceeds to tell me if I wish to challenge the challenge, that I needed to go through the township attorney to do that. I had 2 weeks to file a challenge with the township attorney. And I was like, oh, okay, thank you. I really appreciate that. Well, it turns out all of that was a lie. We needed to immediately go before a judge because 3 days after the primary, they printed the ballots. So if I'm going to contest their challenge, they had already printed the ballots. Now they want me to pay for the reprinting of all the ballots. It was like $22,000. So what happened is that my own party said to me that we're saying that we don't believe these signatures are real. You weren't there in person, you didn't get the signatures, and you're not even a resident here. And I'm going to call my father, Michael Milam, and tell him to remove you from the voter rolls so that when I went before the judge, I wasn't even a registered voter anymore. So I didn't have standing, is what they said. And so this is how they were able to get removed from being a Democrat. Now, that was it for me. Okay, I really wasn't, I've always been independent. I was just disgusted with it. So I'm going to, that's it, throw all in with Trump like so many other Democrats have left the party. And I'm throwing in with Trump. I can't stand the corruption. I'm watching what they do to Trump. They're illegally, these trials are a mockery of our system. And they're doing everything they can to make sure that he's not on the ballot to run for president. And that's what they did to me. They said, I'm not on the ballot. So I'm cleaning all of that up. I may or may not be. We're going to bring it before a judge, explain our situation, and hopefully I'll be on the ballot as an independent. If I'm not, you may have to write my name in. All right? The time is ripe for that, though. There have been other elections where people wrote the name in and the candidate won. All right? We're the MAGA party. We have to step up. They don't understand how we're disgusted with what's happened in our government, and we're not taking it anymore. We're going to take our government back. That's what we're going to do in Washington Township. We're going to do it with council seats. We're going to do it with mayor, and we're going to take our party back. And I want to say this, all right? This is not Democrat versus Republican. That's a uniparty in Washington Township. You go to a council meeting, they all say nice things about one another, pat each other on the back, you're a good person, it's one party rule over Washington Township. It's not Democrats versus Republican, I can tell you that right now. So we need someone to come in, all right, that will change that. Someone with integrity, like myself, where I'm going to tell people the truth. I'm going to make the government of Washington Township honest. I'm also a devout Catholic. I'm a Christian. I feel called to do this by God. All right. And I want to say this. All right. I want to end this with a prayer because we're going to need God's help. What's coming up in the next 3 months, all right, is going to be, there's going to be a lot of stuff coming to light in our country, and it's going to be overwhelming for a lot of people. And we're going to need, people that believe in God to take back control of the government. So I want to end this with a prayer. God, I offer myself to you to build with me and to do with me as you will. Relieve me of the bondage of self that I may better do your will. Take away my difficulties, that victory over them may bear witness to those I help of your power, your love, and your way of life. May I do your will always. Thank you, everyone.